If you're a little geek like me that likes to fiddle around with technology, then you will love today's lore video. It's about an inventor, and it's Killjoy, the fourth agent to join the Valorant protocol. Killjoy is from Germany and used her inventions to assist her in battle. Personality and abilities. Killjoy is very intelligent. She's a nerd after all. Analytical and defensive. She can outsmart any enemy using her inventions and proper positioning. She can easily take charge of any team she finds herself part of. Mommy? Sorry, I had to. She's really good to have on your team because she can easily watch out for flanks using her abilities. Speaking of which, her C ability is called Nano Swarm Grenade. So she essentially places up to 2 grenades anywhere she wants and can detonate them from a distance as long as she's in the right radius. Her Q ability is the Alarm Bot. She can put her Alarm Bot anywhere, and as long as she's around them somewhere, they will detonate when the enemy steps on it. Sort of like Chamber's Trap, pretty much. Her E turret is her passive, so she has it every round no matter what, she doesn't need to buy it. She can put it down anywhere, and again, as long as she's in the right radius, which is pretty big, it's around half of the map usually, the turret will auto-fire at any enemy that it sees. And then her last ability is her ulti, her X. It's called the Lockdown. It's her ulti, and she can place it down in any radius. Once she places it down, after a certain amount of time, it will detain all the enemies in the right radius for about 8 seconds. When it comes to her appearance, it's very nerdy. She wears a short yellow jacket over a white t-shirt. The shoulders of her jacket have pink crosses. She has tight-fitting pants on, which are torn on her thighs. She's going for that edgy goth girl look, you know? Of which she has a yellow belt as well as a small waist bag. She's wearing a large green beanie and glasses. So she basically looks like Ali, but Ali is like 100% more hot and nerdy. Killjoy is the fourth agent in the Valorant protocol. She's a genius considering that she invented her robots herself. She is well aware of being the smartest person in the protocol, and because of that she's extremely confident in herself, as well as her intelligence. Plus she makes sure to brag about that.
Oh no, you don't deserve my inventions.
And has a high feeling of self-importance because she knows how valuable and important she is.
Okay, I put together some data on our last 6 combat missions. Did you read it? Did anyone read it? Oh god, can anyone here read?
Killjoy controls all of her abilities using a hologram bracelet on her arm. It's probably the most convenient. And so she's able to summon as well as pull back any of her bots from the map. Killjoy being extremely smart, she earned a lot of awards and became the lead of Kingdom's research as well as development division when she was 18. Which is huge. See, and all of you nerds are just playing video games every day. Yes, you person watching this, I'm calling you out. So basically, Killjoy accomplished a lot at a very early age, but she still doesn't consider the serious consequences of her creations as they are very dangerous. Most of these consequences are a result of misuse by Kingdom, plus they were not Killjoy's intentions. Of course, she's a good girl. Killjoy has a rather complicated relationship with Reyna. So basically Reyna doesn't like Killjoy because one of her inventions harmed someone close to Reyna. Killjoy did not intend for this to happen as she just wants to use her inventions for good, and Killjoy did not even know that her creations were used like that. In my opinion, Kingdom maybe wanted to experiment on a Radiant or something and pulled in Reyna's sister and used Killjoy's inventions on her, but they unfortunately killed her. But the harm was done at the end of the day, and it was Killjoy's inventions that did that. Killjoy is still an extremely caring and sensitive person because she's a cute little nerd, and old nerds are sensitive. Ali. In her time between missions, Killjoy enjoys playing League of Legends, which apparently is still a popular game 30 years into the future, playing it frequently and owning figurines of multiple champions. She also enjoyed Arcane, going as far as having it playing in the background during the warm-up cinematic. Nice marketing, Riot. Wink wink. I bet League has a friendly community in that universe instead of toxic salt-feeding monsters. Probably doesn't. Have you ever met a League of Legends player that isn't toxic? Let me know in the comments. And you're not allowed to say, oh, it's me, because it's not you. Let's face it, it's not you. We also know that the respective Killjoy of Omega and Alpha Earth are responsible for having invented the spike and the diffuser from an email sent to Brimstone by Chamber, visible in Brimstone's office in patch 4.10. We note that Alpha Earth Killjoy has also managed to reverse engineer the spike in order to use it against Omega Earth. Killjoy has also played a notable part in the protocol's own array of technology. Aside from designing gear such as Brimstone Bracer and serving as one of the team's technical experts when needed to, she also works as its lead inventor. The most clear example of this was her work in helping to create the portal that let the protocol travel over to Omega Earth. With the help of Neon and some help in the form of functional schematics from Chamber, Killjoy was able to develop a safe functioning and reliable interdimensional teleportal travel, which have centered almost the entirety of the protocol's aims throughout episode 4 and 5. Relationships. So Brimstone, and they have a close bond. Brimstone is a role model for Killjoy and sometimes refers to her as quote-unquote kid. She helps Brimstone with technology sometimes because he's old and struggles with it a lot. Boomers. Am I right? It is implied that Brimstone has known Killjoy for a long time, even before she joined the protocol, likely since she was a kid. That's probably why he calls her that. When it comes to Viper, Killjoy doesn't like that Viper kills, and she thinks Viper needs to reset and not be driven by her hatred. Viper merely acknowledges Killjoy's intelligence and praises her for doing well and calls Killjoy Little Mouse on occasion. When it comes to Killjoy and her relationship with herself, so when she's faced with herself, she's fixated on besting herself and is happy because she finally found a challenging opponent. When it comes to Reyna, so Reyna looks down on anyone who is not a Radiant, but she has a special hatred towards Killjoy and she calls her an offense to the Radiants. Reyna is also mad because one of Killjoy's inventions were used to hurt someone close to her. She's just salty because Killjoy wasn't born a Radiant. When it comes to Raze, oh, this is gonna be interesting later. She's extremely friendly, borderline flirty with Killjoy. Both of them like creating gadgets to use in combat. Raze often borrows Killjoy's tech to mod it herself as well. Her boombot is essentially a heavily modified alarm bot. They enjoy each other's company, wink wink, more on that later. Sky. So when it comes to Sky, it's pretty straightforward. So Killjoy trusts Sky to guide the way, but Sky looks down on Killjoy because of her technology, considering it inferior to nature and making sarcastic comments to her. When it comes to Yoru, he finds Killjoy and her gear obnoxious, making snarky comments insulting her technology. Killjoy doesn't care about it though, and in turn insults his intelligence. When it comes to the cards, first card up is the Valorant Killjoy card. It's a generic card that portrays Killjoy. The second card I will not pronounce, so it shows Killjoy hanging out outdoors alongside her alarm bot, and a concert can be seen in the background. The next card, it provided a first look at Killjoy's abilities. It shows her turret, nanoswarm, alarm bot, and all with lines crossed over them. The next card shows Killjoy's Valorant protocol identification card. This one emphasizes the contrast between Killjoy and Raze. This one shows Killjoy relaxing. In the background, there is League of Legends champions figurines, especially of Vi and Yasuo. So Killjoy likes playing Yasuo. That's interesting. The next card shows Killjoy, Phoenix, Raze, Jet, Sova, and Brimstone gathered in informal clothes outside a shop in Ascent. This one shows Killjoy standing in the rain with her alarm bot. Due to a glitch, the banner used to appear amusingly wide, causing the community to lovingly call the card Wide Joy. This glitch was unfortunately fixed, but you still have the spray. And this card was made in response to the movement of the same name and launched to express the popular outrage of the community at the removal of Wide Joy player card glitch. This card shows the promotional poster for the warm-up cinematic as an in-game player card. It includes all of the agents who were present in the cinematic. One of them was Killjoy. And the last one, this card shows Raze, Jet, Sage, Killjoy, Neon, and Brimstone all driving on vacation. Theories. When it comes to theories, there's only 3, just like with Omen. But the first one is a massive one. The first one is massive. And that's what she said. Theory number 1. It is heavily implied that Killjoy and Raze are dating. It is not explicitly confirmed, however. It is not explicitly confirmed. However, the devs did not confirm nor deny it. They just gave cryptic answers to that question. They said that they did not want to just straight up answer the question because they would like to reveal information about agents' sexuality and relationships in a way which would benefit the character and would give it human-like complexity and depth, which is obviously understandable because that's what we want. We don't want to rush anything, right? Among the earliest teasers, there was one made by the creative director, David Nottingham, when he referred to some artwork of the ship during Q&A session. However, when asked about the relationship, all he was willing to say was that it seems like they would have a lot in common. Because they're both gay. At some point, Valorant released a music video for Raze. In that video, we get a look at the street coming up to her workshop, and laying on the windowsill is a small figurine of Killjoy. On inspection, this is believed to be a I will not pronounce this. It's a specific type of doll. It's a type of sculpture which name means sweetheart or flirt that is popular in the region. The next hint came from another post by @PlayValorant on November 5th of the same year. It was a Killjoy's many early takeovers of the Twitter account. These were the ones before the main set of agent takeovers that took place in episode 4, Act 1. This takeover shows Killjoy in a more relaxed light, revealing some of her life during the breaks between missions. One of the attached images shows her with a coffee mug that came from Salvador in Brazil, which is Raze's home city. So Raze got her own music video as well, in which we see Raze taking a trip around her city, Salvador. For a brief moment at the start between 8th and 10th second, we have a look at Raze's table. It is mostly full of food, but shoved into the corner there's a letter. Its stamp features a German flag, indicating it was sent from somewhere in Germany, potentially by Killjoy. It is addressed to Raze, calling her by her real name, a name I won't even try to pronounce, indicating a personal connection between the writer and the people that received the letter. The final hint so far is a Twitter post from @ValorantBR, which was also a part of the same takeover. The post is a question directed at Raze, asking about her relationship with Killjoy. The attached video shows her making a heart with hands, along with a sly wink to top it off. The post is a question directed at Raze. The question was, Raze, how's your relationship with Killjoy? What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments, because they're obviously gay for each other. Oh my god. But no, they're obviously just friends that might spend the rest of their lives together, living together in the same house, alone, together, just just friends. Theory number 2. So it's about the collective history. It's Omen's death, Viper's experiments, and Sage's revive things that happened. So let's have a quick recap, right? So Viper was a scientist working at the Kingdom Corporation doing experiments related to radionite. In one of these experiments, Omen was a test subject. The experiment went horribly wrong and he died. Viper called Sage for help to heal Omen back to life. Sage couldn't heal him fully back to life because of unknown reasons. She was either too weak or didn't practice her ulti too much. So that happened. So there's another theory tied to that. There is a card where Reyna and Viper are shown. Viper is walking with a little girl next to her in a lab coat. Somewhere in the lab, there is a theory that Viper was conducting an experiment on that little girl using Killjoy's bots and they malfunctioned, hurting or killing that girl. Hence Reyna's relationship with Killjoy and Reyna's voice line. I remember the machines Killjoy made. What they did do, never mind, it does not matter. And the last theory. Killjoy built everything on the battlefield theory. So Killjoy had a part in building a lot of the components in Valorant's world. I built literally everything on this battlefield. Yeah, even the things that might kill us. What? You want me to say sorry? Another interesting voice line is activated when Killjoy is defusing the spike. She muses that it would be funny if she died right now.
Imagine if I died right now. So funny.
Hinting that she'd be dying from her own inventions. She also says,
"Oh, no, you don't deserve my inventions,"
when she defuses a spike.
Everyone makes fun of German efficiency. Ha ha. Just keep laughing as you use all my gear.
Killjoy says to other agents, possibly meaning she had a hand in building guns and even some ability. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out my TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Discord server, and Minecraft server. See you around.